Yes, it has been a long time coming, but finally we are back and we are finally covering Kiyoshi Teppi. A lot of you have been asking me to cover this guy and I'm finally getting around to it, so let's get into this video. Kiyoshi Teppi is the center of the Sering basketball team, though originally he started out playing as a point guard, so yeah. When talking about Teppi, we're talking about his epic skills, the infamous right of postponement, and of course his epic move, the vice claw. So really when we're talking about Teppi, we're referring to grip strength, and that's what we'll be looking into in this video. Truth be told, Teppi actually did a good demonstration of how to train grip strength in the anime, so I won't be going over anything new, but if you like this content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. One thing to also consider is that Teppi's skills are a direct byproduct of the fact that he has freakishly large hands. Don't expect to do everything exactly like him, but make it your own. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is basically called a dead hang. Basically you're going to get on a pull-up bar or anything and just hang there. This is great for grip strength and you're just going to hang there. Like, this is usually used for grappling sports like judo and whatnot, but as a basic grip strength exercise, it's actually really good. You're just going to hang there and hang for as much as you can. Maybe set a limit the first time you want to do 15 seconds, then as you get better do 30, build like that. Yeah, as you saw, it's pretty tiring. You're gonna also want to get a kettlebell, or at least invest in one. You're gonna do like here what I was doing here. I just got a kettlebell, held it by the end that is basically like a ball, and just held it like that, bring it up and down like that, testing the grip. And because of the way the weight is positioned in the kettlebell, this is actually really good. What I'd recommend in doing these is you basically get a weight that is challenging. Don't go too heavy. I made this mistake and almost hurt myself. Do both hands, left and right. Usually your dominant hand is going to have it the easiest and your non-dominant hand is going to struggle a bit, but yeah, just keep playing around. If you have to start light and then build yourself up. Yeah, so we're also going to work on the wrists here, wrist and forearm. So get a dumbbell and just rotate it like this. This works the wrist, this works the forearms, because you also have to work on wrist stability to do a lot of the maneuvers that Teppi does, like right of postponement and the vice claw. You're looking at wrist stability. Your wrist and forearm have to be strong enough, especially like you're talking like the forearm, like how he does it with the right of postponement, where he just hurls the ball, and you're talking wrist stability, like the wrist has to be able to hold, has to be able to hold in place when you're grabbing onto the ball like that. So yeah, so this is just basic. Once again, you're looking for a challenging weight, nothing too heavy, as this doesn't look like much, but it is quite tiring. And we are also going to work on the shoulder. Now, once again, especially with the right of postponement, you are looking at a situation where you need to have basically a good arm, everything from the tip of your finger to your shoulder blades, because you are going to like throw the ball a lot. Like if let's say you wanted to change plans and pass at the last second or change direction of the shot, you need to have a strong shoulder for that, like especially in the passing. Yeah, so you're going to want to work on some shoulder stability as well, shoulder endurance, so that you can make those adjustments anywhere and the shoulder is not being strained from the sudden movements. So yeah. Another maneuver that was seen in the anime while I'm doing reverse wrist curls. Basically take a dumbbell, place your arm on your knee, and basically just lift it up and down. You're basically just using your wrist. There is no bicep action. This is just your wrist. This is reversed wrist curls. This works the wrist, this works the forearm, and yeah, it's very good. So I talked earlier about wrists. I've talked a lot about wrist stability. Your wrists having to be stable enough to basically handle the movements, and this is one great exercise. Take a kettlebell, balance it as you're seeing me do here, and just walk with it. This is a lot harder than it looks, trust me. It looks simple and straightforward, but nah, man, this is actually very difficult. Start light. Do not underestimate how tough this is, especially on your non-dominant hand. Your non-dominant hand will feel it. Walk back and forth just like this. You can even walk backwards, yeah. So yeah, this is great for wrist stability, and that is important for doing the skills that Teppi does, yeah. And you're gonna see me change hands here. I like to work with both my both sides. You may never know, like even if you're not left-handed, just making sure that you keep that weak arm at least well trained is very important. If you're gonna play at a high level, if you play any sports, you can't say, oh, I can only use my left side or my right side. You have to be able to be at least competent with both. So yeah, something to consider. Once again, it's a lot harder than it looks, so yeah. And once you develop enough strength, using that same motion, you just get the kettlebell and basically do an overhead press. Start with one kettlebell. Again, start light and slowly work your way to heavier weights. Once again, especially your non-dominant side, you will suffer with this. Trust me, it looks simple because I'm using a light kettlebell, but this movement focuses more on stabilizing your wrist than anything else. So the wrist has to be stable. You can't have the wrist like caving in. No, that was just a weird edit. Somebody like came in front of the camera. So yeah. So this movement is really good for wrist stability, and this is basically like the movement you would take with the vice claw right of postponement, reaching up, either bringing your hand down or just holding it up in case you want a delayed pass. So yeah. This is a really good movement, and yeah, so as you see in this video, we've worked primarily on wrist stability, arm strength, shoulder strength, and grip strength. Yeah, so all these movements are going to work these different elements of the strength in your arm. So yeah. And of course, we have to cover a classic wrist curl. You're gonna take a dumbbell, my bad, and basically just do what I'm doing here. Curl it on your wrist. This is no bicep, it's simply just the wrist. Very important movements, especially when you're doing it for like what Teppi does, because like here you're practicing grip strength. You're also practicing like generating strength, because you have to let the dumbbell roll to the tip of your finger. Let the dumbbell roll to the tip of your finger and just bring it back up. Once again, we're just looking at wrists. We're basically strengthening all aspects of the arm, from the wrist to the forearm to the shoulders, and even working some grip strength in there too. Hope you guys have enjoyed this workout. And I know somebody's gonna ask about it, and can you train by holding rocks? You actually can, but not rocks specifically, but just objects that will train your grip differently. Anyway guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Which other character from Kuroko would you like me to cover next? Which other uncrowned king would you like me to cover? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm N64, this is Never Stop Moving Forward. Peace!